guys, I found it!
Seriously?
Yes, come here! Hi! Let's just start it, shall we?
Have a regulation so that the learning process will be consistent and orderly, such as the State Senior High School 1 of Ambarawa. This school is located in Ambarawa, Semarang Regency, in Central Java, Indonesia. The regulations in this school contains obligations and the types of violations. The school applies a credit score for each types of violation. If the students have reached a certain point, so sanctions will be imposed. However, the recording of credit score of each student is done manual. It was done by the counselor assisted by the class teacher. Setup has so many disadvantages, such as there will be a human error while inputting the data, or it will be ineffective and efficient. So, our group will make a program to storing the data of the penalty point information system. So we hope this program will be helpful for this group.
Here I will show you the entity relational diagram for our project, the penalty point information system. First, we open browser and open erdplus.com and make the ER diagram like this. In this ER diagram, we have two entities. Those are students and scroll, and the attribute for the student are student ID, student name, and student class, and student ID as primary key. And for the entity scroll, we have scroll ID, scroll name, and scroll point, and scroll ID as primary key. And the relation between two entities is weak, and the relation is many to many. And the relation have two attributes. Those are total point and date of break. And total point is direct attribute. It means that the total point is gotten from the sum of scroll point. After the ERD is done, we have to convert it to relational schema, and the result is we have three tables: students table, scroll table, and break table. For the students table, we have student ID as primary key, student name, and student class. And for scroll table, we have scroll ID as primary key, scroll name, and scroll point. And for the breaks table, we have date of break, total point, student ID as foreign key, and scroll ID as foreign key. The tables break we got from students and scroll. After relational schema, and then we should export it to SQL command, and we copy it. And then we activate the XMPP until the color is become green, and open the command prompt, and we make a database penalty and copy the SQL command into this database. And we have three tables. Those are students, scroll, and break. And student ID, for the table student we have student ID, student name, and class. And for scroll table we have scroll ID, scroll name, and scroll point. And for the breaks table we have date of break, total point, student ID, and scroll ID.
In our web programming, we don't separate our PHP file with the HTML file. We made it in one extension study.php which contain the PHP form and HTML form. The first file that we made is the function.php. The function.php contains the connections of our database with the PHP, and also we declare some functions here that we need in the next file. The connections with the MySQL connect. And then the next we made the file index.php. In the file index.php we set first page of our web appearance. The content of the page that is the title of the page, and then also the head of the page. Then the page also contains the main menu, that is the meaning home, new student, and list of students, and also the search data menu, which is we stated in the form of input and button search. The appearance of this page, we set it in the file index.css. And then the next file is student.php. In this file, we require function.php to call the connections and the functions that we need. We also declare some variable here and some conditions for some functions that we call from the functions.php. In this page, we use table form to show our data. The appearance of this page use CSS by name file is student.css. And then the next file that we made is the tambah.php. In this file, we also require functions.php. Of course, it is to call the functions tambah that we need in this page. And also we state the conditions for the function tambah. In this page, we use form input here to input some variable that we need. The page appearance is set in the file tambah.css. The next file that we made is delete.php. In this file also require functions.php because in this file we will call functions delete here. We also declare a variable here and also the conditions for the functions. This file doesn't make a new page, so this file doesn't need any CSS file to set the appearance. And then the next file that we made is edit.php. And in this file, we still require functions.php. Of course, it is to call the functions edit and also the connections. We also declare here some variable and the conditions for this function edit. In this page, we use form input, but the differences in here is with property value that it is used to set the value of the input form with the value that we have set first. And then this page appearance is set in file edit.css. And the last file that we made is detail.php, which doesn't have any difference with the edit.php. The differences here is this file uses function sum here, And also this file used to update the table break. It is different with the edit.php that use to set or to update the table students. The page appearance of this file is set in the file detail.css. And after we made all of this file, then we are ready to access our web by using localhost.
Then, open the browser on your PC. In here, I use Google Chrome. Type localhost/penalty. This is the home page of the penalty point information system in SMA Negeri 1 Ambarawa. There we have some menus. The first is home menu, new student data menu, list of students, and search button. We can try to search the data of the student by type the student ID. Suppose the student ID is 1009. For the student ID 1009, we have the data where the name of the student is Katy Perry. She is in 12 IPA 2 and the total point is 0. Then we can check home, and if we want to know the list of the students on SMA Negeri 1 Ambarawa, we can click list of students. Here we have all of the student data penalty point. If there is a new student in SMA Negeri 1 Ambarawa, we can easily add the data by click the menu New Student Data. Student ID is 1080 and the student name is Liadiani. He is in class 12 IPS 2, and because he is a new student, he hasn't broke any rules, so the total point of penalty is 0. We click input data. The new data will be appeared in here, 1080 Liadiani in 12 IPS 2. And then, if we want to delete a data of a student, we can easily click the menu delete. Suppose we delete Liadiani, so the data is gone. Now, if we want to edit a data of a student, we can easily edit it by click menu edit here. We change the name of Jeffrey Nicole becomes Jeffrey Nicholas. Click edit, and the data is successfully edited. We can see here the name becomes Jeffrey Nicholas, and we will input the penalty point of a student. We can click view detail, then we choose the school rule code and the school rule based on the school rule code, and we choose the date. We click update, and then we back home, or we can easily see it by click the view detail. So we see that the Jeffrey Nicholas has broke one rule, that is A1, sleep at the lesson time, and he get the point 10. Okay, that was the penalty point information system in SMA Negeri 1 Ambarawa.
That was so interesting, right? Hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to
Like,
Comment, share, and subscribe.
thanks for watching this video.